risk assessment. You're trying to gain maximum gain from as little as possible. You know, you want to take one guy out and not lose any yourself. You know, you could charge in there with your entire forces and lose half of your forces and take the zone. Maybe that will come back to bite you later. Who knows? But what would be more effective is not to lose any guys and, you know, find out some alternative method where you will benefit from it the most. And this is what this game is about. You're doing that constantly. So it's in no way really random outcomes. The best player wins from a game. And if you've watched any of a game, you know, people, it's not always the best player wins. It's very hard to determine who is the best player because the best player changes from game to game. Sometimes the best player loses because he did something wrong. Everyone makes mistakes. And a lot of carnage going on here. We've got a light tank assisting some... Oh, sneaky cough popped up on me there. Ah, damn you, buddy. I need a new buddy if anyone knows where I can get one. I meant to take a drink earlier and it's come back to bite me in the ass. Smoke's going off now. Not regular smokes, smokes from artillery. From the Ho-Ri, they're firing really far back. I'm not sure why they're doing this. Maybe it's a possibility that he just forgot that his Ho-Ri has run out of ammunition. Which, you know, it happens. It just loads up the smoke shells and you fire it and you don't really notice. Alternatively, he could be doing that for some sort of hidden attack. On this right-hand side, Laubox is probing around to see if there's an opening. His troops don't appear to be on hold fire or return fire, which means they will fire and get shot at back. I'm not sure if he's intending to do that or, you know, he just forgot and he wanted to sneak around. Can't really get all the information from the players. I could very much type them. Down here we have a saboteur with his very provocative red cap, which is going to give him away straight away if the enemy sees him. He's kind of easy to see because of that. Very sneaky guys. They are one of the special units from Commonwealth, and we usually see them in every single game. They can call in artillery. They do have a few sticks of explosives. You see this guy's just going to crawl up, and he's aiming a flare. The flare goes off onto the MG. And look at this fortification on this windmill. It looks really awesome. No guys behind the sandbags, but it is a primary target. Very forward machine gun. Mithras moves the machine gun out of the way, and I think he just survives that. Very good. Very luckily timed as well. He almost didn't get away from that. A bunch of infantry now charge into the centre. And look at this coordination. The smoke is giving them cover. They are also firing artillery, and the MG is providing excellent support. Super synergy going on here, and they're going to claim possibly move up a little further than the centre now, which is bad news for the Commonwealth. On the left hand side we saw another hag go, moving in down this road. Actually not going to go down the road, going to use the valley on top and clear it out. Running down some trees. The trees are slowing it down, which is unfortunate because the commando has time to run up and throw a grenade on it. Destroys the hull. Hooray! Oh god, everyone's all too happy in this game. The smoke is still deployed. We've got a little bit more lag going on here. Sorry for this. Game is going to continue though. No one has crashed, which is fortunate for us because it's horrible. We're like, what, half an hour into the game now? It would be painful. We have a light AT gun really far back. Gets hit by the shrapnel from the artillery shell. If you look at the distance between that and the AT gun, that's how effective that artillery shell can be. The AT gun is still alive. They do need to recruit it. Unfortunately, when the enemy have artillery, static emplacements like this or slow moving emplacements are subjected to the giant hammer, which is artillery. But he gets one guy to recruit and he starts firing off into the background, hitting this, possibly the MG from earlier, I'm not sure. But it's dead, whatever it was. Oh look, it's smoke in the middle. I did not expect that. Sarcasm aside, though, we have a machine gun on the center of the road for the Japanese. Kind of a problem. They need artillery to take that out, or a tank, or... Yeah, they're moving the AT gun closer to the center, still on the hill, waiting for Silver again! But this AT gun is gonna have a little bit of difficulty, especially if it's dead! Wow, how did they know that was there? The left-hand side, if you look on your map for Commonwealth, is very under-defended right now. We don't know if the Japanese forces are there. These Commonwealth don't care, they're still hurraying all over the place. But I can definitely see this ending very badly for the Commonwealth. These approaching infantry are being constantly shelled, making it very difficult for advance. And what are you doing up there, man? You don't belong in the sky. Get down from there. He went kind of high. I do love it when the infantry fly around like that. One of the special things about this game. And this Saboteur, like a boss, fires a smoke on that MG. Can't see if the Japanese are going to move that MG out of the fortification like they did last time. Again, Fog of War eludes us. But we're going to look at the artillery explosion anyway. It gets rid of the sandbag, at least. Returning the favour, though. Actually, no, these are Japanese guys. They've moved up beyond the flag point. But they got hit by an artillery shell as well. So the Japanese are now moving up, progressing further. One of the grenades takes out two of the guys behind the sandbags. One of them looks injured. He's going to get back up and, of course, fire back. And as you can see on this left-hand side, we've only got one guy watching out, making sure nobody flanks. Not good. We've got a flamethrower squad. The second flamethrower squad we saw, I think I saw one earlier. Whilst I was rambling on about something I honestly don't remember now. I have a very short-term memory when it comes to games. And it's kind of good, actually, because remember, you always have to take what's happening on the battlefield from the present. I remember Day 9 talking about this exactly, and he's got the same mentality as me. It doesn't matter what has happened before, because whatever happened in the past does not matter anymore. You have whatever you've got now, including the resources you can spend, is what you have to use very well to take care of, you know, whatever the enemy has now. Referring back to the past and say, oh well, if I had, you know, that half track didn't die, you know, I could have done this. Well, that half track's never coming back. These guys which are on fire are never coming back. You can't base a plan around what you could have done earlier. You can only base a plan around what you have now. And going back to the game, looks like the Japanese kind of have a really strong control of the central position now, but on the back of the Commonwealth lines, they are neutralizing this zone. The Japanese are now taking more points. And it doesn't seem like they've noticed just yet. We have a Tetrarch from Laubox. Being kind of lucky, that projectile, the second projectile misses. I think there was a third one as well, kind of missed that. But, you know, it doesn't matter. A fourth one. He needs to look. Oh, anyway. He brings his Saboteur back. He gets fired up, loses half his health, but very luckily, being the hyper boss he is, he survives. And on this left-hand side, you can see that the lack of infantry opposing the Japanese here, they're going to just run by, and in response, Pandu doesn't want any of that. He's going to take care of that with a whole squad. And you can see that back left zone also got capped. Being hit with artillery, I'm not sure whose artillery is that, but the zone is neutralized, which means the Japanese are going to gain a significant gain from that. He's going to put guys in the zone, but remember, capping zone takes longer than decapping. Got a half track here that's been destroyed, a Tetrarch. Just destruction everywhere. If only the vehicles from earlier didn't despawn. They do despawn over time to, I assume, to stop the game from lagging out completely for most people. Look at these two guys like Weeble and Bob. Well, Bob's down, but Weeble's still alive because he has a red cap of invulnerability, but he's kept that Saboteur alive. He's done a few artillery strikes. I'm not sure if he has any more left in him. But it seems once again only infantry on the field. for the Commonwealth. It's such a huge problem for him at the moment. They need assistance. And another half-track trying to sneak round on the right-hand side. He hasn't learned his lesson that there's guys there. And fortunately, this time round, these guys survive. And they jump out of the vehicle and start gunning people down. Luckily, they're alive. They're going to continue the mission anyway. I suppose the only way they could have done that better is if they sent out a guy ahead and scouted to see if there was room for them to move. And a missile takes care of most of those guys. Some of them are still unconscious. They're going to get back up and pick up their weapons and run in. Not phased by that at all. 3 guys are now going to try and... I'm honestly not sure what their objective is, but they're going to try and do something. I am loving this play. This guy goes down. Not sure from what... oh, okay, yeah, we've got a tank on the right-hand side. But I am liking this play from Laubox. He only has infantry, but he's going to use those infantry and he's going to try and sneak around. Laubox saying, real men fight. Real man fight with man. We kind of own from Mithras. A little bit of trash talking, not really that harsh. It's very gentleman-like trash talk. I love trash talk, by the way, especially in friendly games. You know, why not? You know, we see it in my lovely anime, yes, movies and stuff like that. There's always like 2 guys opposite each other, just talking crap. And this guy's healing, not going to worry about the 2 guys approaching him with guns. You know, that's less important. But yeah, in movies and stuff, you see 2 guys facing each other, and they always have that little conversation. There's never any of that, and wow, this squad gets ploughed by some sort of artillery. I don't even care what artillery it is now. It's all artillery is deadly. There's never any artillery which just gives you cuddles and hot chocolate or milkshake. And milkshake, I really like milkshake, by the way. If you want to send me some milkshake, then send me some goddamn milkshake. Whew. This game is going to go on for longer, by the way, by the looks of the scores. I can't see the Commonwealth taking this middle zone, but they're going to try anyway. Never give up, never say die. Oh, wait a minute, that's a StarCraft quote. Why am I quoting StarCraft? Ah, hang on, let's think of some Men of War quotes. Oh wait, hooray! Of course, more smokes on the middle. Oh, my language is starting to fail me. My mind and cognitive thought processes are dwindling. But smoke's in the middle, the zone is being decapped. We have another Churchill Crocodile heavy tank approach the center. A lot of tanks have died in this valley. This is the Valley of Death. You may have heard of this. I can't even begin to recall what has died in here. And even the Churchill just tries to enter it for a little bit and it got killed straight away. We have a kamikaze here from Seth. Kamikazes, you know what they do. They just run in and blow themselves up. But he's armed and he's deadly. He's fighting for his life, running away. He's got a job to do. Running into the rear lines of Laojia's side of the map. And it looks like we can kind of follow his movement here through the bushes. Mithras says, we would like to fight against real tanks, please. Bring up a black prince. THQ. Okay, well, I think that's a request, so I can't argue with that. I'm going to give that to Laojia straight away. Pandu wants to reverse. I think he wants to play as the Japanese and bring on the pain. I'm going to point out to Laojia that he has a black prince available. I might spawn some more, actually. Given the amount of trash talk going on, yeah, hell yeah, we're going to get a Centurion out in the field. And yeah, we'll give that to Laojia straight away again, point it out to him. But remember, this is the Valley of Death, not, you know, things don't live very long in here. We'll get an Achilles as well, you know, why not? Let's make the most of it. And this Centurion's already dead from the kamikaze. Oh my god. Oh, that's why you don't let kamikazes into your line. And okay, let's give him a Sherman. I'm shocked and appalled. And Seth, you are the rotten scum of the earth. I'm going to defeat you later in Toribash for destroying one of my units. You destroyed an observer's units. You are not allowed to do that. That is unforgivable territory you have entered. May death rest on your soul. But this game is far from over. We're going to see these tanks be put to use as soon as Laojia realizes he has them. He's already moving his black prince, which is more like a brick prince, Look how slow